Hello, this is Pastor Jones. I want to spend 5 minutes with you this morning to hope and to encourage you and to help you at such a time as this. I want to tell you a little story. Years ago, there was a man out in his cabin, and as he was sleeping one night, the room was filled with light, and the Lord appeared unto him. And when the Lord appeared unto him, the Lord said unto him, I've got a work for you to do. He took the man outside the cabin and showed him this huge rock. He said, I want you to push against this rock. That was his task. All he had to do was obey, and the man did. Days turned to months, months turned to years, and the man pushed and pushed and pushed without any visible sign that anything at all was happening. The rock did not budge. Discouragement began to enter in. And you know what happens when discouragement enters into your life? The enemy comes and perches himself right up on your shoulder and begins to say to you things like, well, maybe you didn't hear the Lord right, or maybe you didn't hear from the Lord at all, or maybe you're just a failure. And that's exactly what the man began to feel like. He began to feel like a failure. But before throwing the towel in or giving up, and that was the temptation, you've been there and so have I, he said, I need to seek the Lord. I need to ask God. So he sought the face of the Lord and began to pray about it. He said, Lord, I have worked long and hard in your service. I put all my strength towards all that you've asked me to do. And I've not even managed to budge this rock. Why am I failing? Have you ever asked yourself that? Why am I failing? Well, the Lord responded to this gentleman. He said, my friend, when I asked you to do a task, you accepted. Your task was to push the rock. And you have done exactly as I've asked you. Never once did I mention that I expected you to move the rock, because I didn't. So, consequently, you have not failed me, but you have been obedient to what I've asked you to do. He said, look at yourself. Your arms and legs are strong. Through opposition, you've grown, and your abilities now surpass that which you used to have. Now, my friend, listen now what the Lord had to say. I will move the rock. There are times when we hear a word from God and we tend to use our own intellect to decipher what he wants, when actually all he wants is simple obedience. What did the songwriter say? Trust and obey. There's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. He wants you and I to exercise the faith that moves mountains. He also wants us to know that it is God's will who moves the mountains. God moves them, not you or I. When everything seems to go wrong, push in your life. When the job gets you down, push. When people don't understand you, and believe me, there'll be a lot of those around in your life, push. Push. Just push. You say, preacher, what does that mean? Pray until something happens. What a good word for you and I today. Let's continue to pray. Seek the face of the Lord until something happens. And you know what? If we obey him, he will. This is Pastor Jones saying, have a great day, and I'll see you Sunday.